Right. Let's see how these bastards move and if we can take them out in the next turn. Apparently they don't strictly need to get to a beach in order to make landfall. That's good to know for future missions. I doubt any of our team is going to have any kind of mobility like that in the future, though, so, Okay. Apparently Rebecca is going to deny Eliwood the chance to secure that kill. Kind of annoying, but hey, it doesn't really matter how many kills our main character gets out here, just so long as he stays alive as we keep on making progress. Definitely like that level up from Guy, even if I would have liked an extra point in strength on top of everything else. Anyway, that does it for this mission. You're talking to two nobles. You don't get to talk down to them like that. Hell, personally, I see no reason why this guy wasn't killed like every other boss we've ever fought against. He's only allowed to live so he can be a threat in this same exact map to Eliwood's son later in the timeline, but in a previous game, because it's kind of convoluted like that. Stop holding Hector back, Eliwood. I doubt this guy has anything especially informative for us at the moment. He's certainly not going to tell us exactly where your father is. Oh, good God. Eliwood, trying to appeal to his better nature is a waste of time. Considering how you acted and how the local population feels about your entire family, I don't think he changed all that much. Well, he certainly didn't do anything to show that he'd earned such a promotion. I don't suppose you could elaborate on this something? A special weapon or magic, perhaps? Seriously, what's the something special? Okay, got to admit, I did not see that one coming. Perhaps the plot here is going to be more complicated than I expected? Will the story actually gain some nuance this far into it? Because I was under the impression this was going to be a pretty basic good versus evil story, where the bad guys have no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Well, it's better information than I was expecting to get from this guy, even if it might be inaccurate or incomplete. So apparently it wasn't that he disliked going to war to gain more influence over the country, he just didn't trust the people who were trying to get it rolling. Well, if you say what direction he went when he left, we'll have a lead to continue our search, but I doubt you're gonna be that specific. Again? If someone trying to become king is essentially a puppet, they'd make a very poor king. He didn't even stay to watch. He left the moment it looked like you were on the back foot. wish I could say I care about Eliwood's feelings right now, but this story is just not good with character writing at all. Well, I don't know the government structure of Lycia enough to know what you'd even be rebelling against. I can certainly say he wouldn't be the type to want that self-important jackass to be in charge of the whole country, even if I've never met the man. Well, the enemy didn't like the idea of us talking to your brother at all. Why not send Matthew or some other trusted envoy to convey a message to Osea? We can still continue our search, while also warning the strongest lord that things are a bit more complicated than any of us might have thought. I'm sorry, shouldn't you be more concerned about saving your father's life than proving his innocence? It's not like he's on trial for any crimes. He's missing after pissing off some very dangerous people who have an undetermined amount of resources to draw on and a very severe lack of morals. Learning if he did anything morally iffy can come after you've made sure he's out of danger, and I'll certainly note that Eliwood doesn't seem to give a damn at all about the soldiers that went with his father. We've just decided that they're all gone and should be written off altogether. But for some reason we seem to think that a force that could kill all of his escorts wouldn't decide to just end Eliwood's father as well. It's certainly not like the Black Fang would give a damn about collecting a ransom. Well, he certainly didn't leave an especially easy-to-follow trail, and it's not like he told his son where he had gone, so, yeah, interrogating him was kind of pointless. Just because word might have gone to him doesn't mean he really knows what to do with the information. Besides, with the way this story is going, I'm pretty sure all of the actually important things will be done by the team we've been assembling here. It's not like the most powerful Marquess is gonna solve everything for us. Oddly, as in he's being controlled by the Black Fang and we're going to have to deal with him later, or oddly as in, complete and utter personality shift. So, to avoid being invaded, Osea is just gonna let the internal strife keep going on and hope nobody outside notices it at all? I'm sorry, but that seems like a pretty weak explanation to me. It's better to actually be stable and strong instead of just putting up an appearance of it. And trying to just fake everything being alright is just asking for further problems down the line, in my opinion. Though, maybe I'm just not the right kind of person to rule a nation on whatever scale that Lycia happens to be. Then clearly those spies don't bother to look at things all that closely. If you're not proud of it, then why keep enforcing that image? You could change things up yourself rather fluidly if you wanted to. What? Right. Of course we haven't heard what's happening there. Hold on, Lynn, we're on the way. Well, of course! We head to Kalen immediately and see who we can save as quickly as possible. It's not like we have anything pressing going on at the moment anyway. For some reason, I'm disappointed. Revisiting Castle Kalen doesn't mean that we get a reused map. We should be familiar with the place after the tutorial campaign, after all. It's actually kind of funny how much I'm smiling just seeing Lynn and Kent again. Why did the prologue campaign grab me so much more effectively than the actual main story of the game? Right. Of course they're planning on diving right back into the action. Really makes me wish we had the option to stick with her instead of switching what character was the main one in this game. And just what was preventing you from taking him with you when you left the place the first time? Oh, you most certainly can, Zane, and we're certainly on the way. Well, I suppose that's one interpretation of what happened. Yeah, it didn't take much to convince him to leave his own damn kid to the wolves. He's closer to you than Louse at this point, though I suppose news doesn't travel that fast in a world without telephones or magical scrying abilities. Are you forgetting just how many kills Kent and Sane have between them here? Anyone trying to intercept them would have a very rough time there, though I suppose flying would be even faster. She's a Pegasus Knight. I'm pretty sure scouting and being a messenger is part of the job description. Though excuse me for being annoyed that it sounds like Florina had some character development and it happened off-screen. Why couldn't we have seen that actually happen? More dangerous than going up against 50 men when you have less than half a dozen to work with. No matter what, everything here is gonna be risky for you, Lynn. That's a pretty iffy promise to give there. I can think of a number of situations where someone can think that they can handle some trouble, and then find out too late that they bit off more than they could chew. It's all a matter of perception, and I can certainly say my perception isn't perfect. We lost Dorcas twice. Again. Would have liked to have seen the evolution from shy and withdrawn to willing to go through hell for her friend/crush. Now, as heartwarming as all of this is, can we please get a move on? right. Of course the enemy is gonna try to intercept Florina. I'm not seeing any archers near her on the map, so, so I guess we're about to be in for some absolute bullshit. Part of me wants to be annoyed that she didn't recognize Wesker, the man who led her and Lynn to victory in the previous campaign. The other is resigned to the idea that our tactician character just does not matter in the story at all, despite the fact that we're the primary reason our heroes get victory after victory. How the hell can you tell what those archers are aiming at, especially if you can't actually see their target? For all you know, they're angling for some long-range pot shots at us. And we never see any of the archers that are taking shots at Florina in this questionably done cutscene. I'm pretty sure there are ways they could have pulled that off with the in-game engine. I'll take your word for it. Oh, you'll make up for it when we start fighting back, I'm sure. Well, at least she isn't crazy enough to charge it right from the get-go. Good God, this boss looks about as generic as they come, and that's saying something considering some of the other generic-looking bosses we fought in this same damn game so far. You don't get to say you're under attack before we've seen any fighting here. Oh, for God. He and his puppeteer didn't feel confident enough that you could save his son. So I doubt you're going to be able to do all that much to stop us here. You're just more bodies to add to our count. Anyway, time to start arranging our team and prepping for the fight itself. We have to start the mission itself next time, though, because this clip is starting to look a little long. Yeah, we definitely want Urk and Priscilla on our team. Of course, we now have to start rearranging where the bits of equipment are on every member of it. Certainly troublesome, but nothing we can do to really speed that up, aside from straight-up fast-forwarding the footage. Sorry, Sarah, Priscilla just has a lot more mobility than you do, and it would feel awkward to have two healers in this particular instance. Okay, so we can't just go to Merlinus and have him tell us who has what item to help speed along the trading process. We have to remember if something is in storage or in someone's personal inventory. Well, let's shove some of this stuff into the main inventory since Dorcas doesn't make for a good beast of burden. Maybe not the most comprehensive bit of inventory management, but that feels like enough for the moment at any rate. Of course, now I'm wondering who else to drop from the team to simplify things a bit on the field. We're certainly going to gain quite a few characters when this is done, that's for sure. So I've got the distinct feeling that the turns might start getting a little cumbersome from here on out. Pretty sure I've done all the preparations I'm going to before we get things rolling at this point. Next time, we reunite with Lynn.